Hiya folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. Well, today I've got some new toys. I've just invested in a new 12-foot 2-piece power feeder rod from Free Spirit. It's capable of casting up to 120 grams, very similar to the one I've got, but 120 grams, and it'll also cast over 100 meters. Now I'm not saying it'll cast 120 grams over 100 meters, but it'll do long distance and it'll do heavy duty stuff, which is fine by me. I've got the 2-piece one because it's just easy to set up. In fact, I've been using the 3-piece one here, and this is a fantastic rod. As I say, this is the 13-foot power feeder special. That's the 12-foot special, but in 2 pieces. This one, as I say, really good rod. I think it costs about £175. But it's worth it. It's caught me a lot of big fish, including that 26 pounder that you saw in an episode when I did some match fishing on the early days with it. And as I say, really pleased with it. Great big rings to do distance casting, plenty of power, but also plenty of forgiveness. Now, one thing I didn't like was trying to undo 3 sections because it was just awkward. And this two-piece one comes with a sort of a top cap thing here, which slides off. I'll take off this centre band too, and then there's a base section that keeps your tip nice and protected. And then, because I like to keep my rods all set up, all I have to do is make sure I don't twist that around, put it together, and the hook's already fallen out of the ring it was located in. And now all I have to do is to put a feeder on and I'm fishing. But that's not quite the end of the story for today. You may also notice I've got this reel. Again, I don't normally pay this much. I think these are about £140. This is the Preston Intensity 720 reel. And again, this is designed for long distance fishing, but it's also got cranking power. I think it brings in something like 96 centimetres. It's almost a metre of line per turn. And I've got 8-pound Guru drag line on it because it's really abrasion resistant, and in the river here and places where I fish, there's lots of rocks and sand and all sorts of stuff. So I've got that on. It takes about 150 metres of this stuff, which is 0.28 millimetres. And I really, as I say, I haven't bought it for long distance. My fishing is generally sort of 30 to 60 metres. But it's reassuring to know if I do need to fish further out, at least I've got the opportunity to do so with this reel and this rod. So today is its first outing, and I'm quite excited to use it. Now, I've got that 720 reel that you saw there, and if I just go back to this, I've been using on this 13-foot power feeder this 4000 size MAP Carp Tech 4000 FD reel. The reason I use this is because I hadn't got a bigger reel at the time, and it has the line clip which unclips itself, automatic clip release system, which I've spoken about a few times lately. It's completely undergunned for this rod, I know that, and I've used it and abused it, but it's come through with flying colours. So in the next few weeks, I've got a couple of new ones. I'll show you a bit more about those reels. But back to this, I'll put a feeder on and we'll start doing some fishing. One quick chuck with an empty feeder just to see what to expect. And oh, I think this is going to be a good one. Even with nothing in the feeder, that's really sort of gone a good distance. It's most of the way across the river, and I wasn't even giving it a hard chuck. So what I'm going to do is clip up probably at about that, and we'll see how we go with the fishing. Two line clips on this spool, and just sort the clutch out. Clutch looks like it's going to be quite responsive too, 2 or 3 clicks before it engages, but we'll see how we go. Okay, well look, I've got the big feeder on again, the big baiting feeder, and I'm going to put probably 5 or 6 of these out in the main swim, and we'll take it from there. So first cast then with both the rod and reel. Oh yeah, that was easy. I'm bothered by flies now. Tide's just going out, and in this area it's probably 15, 16, maybe 18 feet deep at times. Let's just hit the bottom. Give it a couple of seconds and then, yep, just release the bait out of it. We'll get these 6 in, we'll have a cup of tea, and hopefully we might catch a few. Although I'd have to say, after the last episode when I fished this area of the river, I think they were in spawn and it wasn't doing too well at all. I have to say, so far this reel got a nice positive feel to it. Bail arm pretty strong actually, nice positive bail arm action. I prefer, if I could have, to have the 2 handles, just because I like 2 handles, but Lee Kerry, who designed and developed this thing, or sorry, not designed but developed this thing, decided that 1 for some reason was the best. But as I say, I don't always agree with what he says, even if he is such a good angler. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Get a bit more loose feed into the ground bait, and I'll carry on getting these 6 balls in there, or 6 feederfuls rather. These great big feeders are fantastic for getting plenty of feed out fast. The current's starting to really move now. Takes a long time to get to the bottom when you've got 18 feet or so of water. Yep, so far this whole combination seems to be doing the job. So as I say, I'll get this finished off and we'll get some fishing done. Oh, jumped. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Literally, it is a carp, and I'm only about half an hour in, but oof, dearie me. Let's see about changing the clutch a little bit. Ooh, 1 click and it really does make a difference. Literally a little tiny click. Get out from under there. A big log underneath me, and this is trying to get into it. Well, I love the action on this rod. You can probably see the bend on that. Kind of progressive. Well, bit more clutch maybe. I'll lose 1 or 2 to start with. That's not the end of the world, because at least then I'll know how the clutch works. I mean, literally it was 1 click, that. It's a savage drop back bite. Well, very impressed with the rod. Reel's got plenty of cranking power, so have I actually made a decent choice? Can't do much with this guy at the moment. Just doodling around in front of me here. And I think he's starting to get tired, but there we go. Okay. Got a 4.5 metre landing net handle here to get to the water, and it's still pretty much high tide, so by the time the tide goes down, I might be struggling. There we go. Whew, nice fish. Try and get him over that tree. Well, that's a good start. I'm actually stuck up a tree behind me with the landing net handle as well. Just in the mouth. Right, I'll get him out and show you because he's a nice fish. He's probably in the region of probably about 7 pounds all up. Not going to weigh him, he's not big enough for that. But it's a fish, so first fish on the new rod and reel. Well, I'll do the same again then. I've got, or I'm about to have, 5 pieces of corn on a hair rig. Long hair. People worry about them tangling up, but I find that the way I tie them so that the bends of the knot all go down the shank to the sort of where it curves, I don't seem to have any problems with it. But if you're worried about it, don't do it. Let's get back out there. I've left that great big feeder on. It is a sort of a baiting up feeder really, but the way the carp are in this place, they require so much bait that I think I'll just leave this on. Well, nice little bobbly sort of a bite there, it'll do nicely. None of these pull rounds on this river for me. Ooh, that's a nice fish. Just take the clutch back 1 click just to see how that works. Yep. Could maybe do with, as I say, just a little bit more clicks, because it seems to be one tiny click to give you a lot of drag and another little click to give you a lot less drag. In fact, I'm going to try one less click just to see how that works. Yeah, you see it's maybe a little bit more required. I'm going to put it back 1. Right underneath the rod tip again. Right underneath that tree again by the look of it. Just an old stump that's broken off and rotted down in the water down there. Oh, come on fish. Oof. There's that good old fish. Oof. They're bending the rod. Well, make sure I'll make. Just won't move from down there. He's just going round and round in the same little bit. Oh, that's a lot of pressure on this rod. And so far it's taking it, which is brilliant. I just hope I don't break it, eh? But no, the experience I've had with the 13-foot rod, they're really good rods, really powerful, but forgiving. They don't lock up. Wow, this guy just does not want to come up and see me. And the wind's getting up as well. Wasn't forecast for that today. Come on fish. Might need to play around with the clutch a little bit to get used to it. He's a good fish. Trouble is I've got trees behind me and a 4.5 metre handle, so it's catching up on trees and branches and all sorts. Oh, that's a good fish. And he's in the net, but I tell you what, it's kind of an only justy job. Put the anti-reverse on. Oh, wow. That is a big carp. Oh. And we're definitely weighing this one. Caught up again down there. There's a loop on the tree, and every time I've come in, I've pretty much caught up on it. Still, we'll worry about that in a minute. There we go. Ooh. Well, I'm not going to take this one out of the net, guys, because it's huge. Let's just put him down there so you can see. I mean, you can see the mouth on this thing. It's enormous. Right, I'm just going to grab my scales and see what we've got here. And that weighs £1.4 with all the sections on. And take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. Zero. And this is £15, 10 ounces. So that's what, £14.6. And he takes up most of the net, look. But that's a lovely fish. Well, I'm pleased about that to christen the new rod and reel. Woof! Well, that was a nice fish. I've got the 5 bits of sweet corn back on, and feeder's loaded. To get back out there. Well, last time I came here, I struggled. Just a bit further up the river, but still struggled. And I also struggled on another river I fished a few days later, but I'm hoping the fish have decided that they're going to repopulate the river after what I think was a spawning period. It's just about touch bottom, I think. Okay, we'll go with that. Well, touch wood. So far, so good. I'm getting plucks, but I'm not getting bites anymore. Just getting the liners, presumably, but 2 fish in, I would hope to have had a bit more positive reaction just at the moment. Oh, a bit of a drop back, I think. Yeah, we're in. 3rd fish. You really never do get those real sort of savage pull rounds here normally. Now and then, but mostly it's just these little dinkety-plink things. Kind of weird. He's off down to the left, which is not what the other ones did, but that's alright. I don't know if there's any stuff down there. Taking a bit of line. Oh. The trouble is all along here there's all sunken trees and rocks and all sorts. I think we'll leave the clutch set like this. I do like this reel, although I did get one tangle behind the spool there because I gave it a bit of slack at one point. We'll see about that. This isn't as big as the others, but he's got plenty of go in him. Plenty of cranking power in this reel though, I'll give it that. They're always good fish in this river though. Very rarely anything smaller than 3 or 4 pounds minimum. Right, come on fish. get that feeder out of the net. There we go. Right. Oh, still a decent sized fish though. Wish I could stop getting caught in the trees behind me. And again, also down there, every time I bring it in, I stick it up that tree. Okay. Just be careful with this. Get it out there a bit. Nice fish, got a bit of spawn in it. Probably 7 pounds, I suppose. Something like that. I'll turn him sideways, or her. You can maybe see the spawn there. So looks like they're either getting ready to, or in some cases already have. And I've mentioned this fin before. Catches in your net, tears it to pieces, and there's another hole in the net. Ah well, that's 3. Oh, that was vicious, wasn't it? Well, yeah, we might end up on the line clip on this one, so see how good I get to be to release it. He's off down there somewhere. Oh no, I think I might. Oh, okay. What's going on here? Is he? He swam straight up river underneath me now. Wow. Now he's going the other way. You loony. Not actually as big as some of the other ones, but got plenty of power, hasn't he? Oh, where's he going? Is he around in circles underneath me? Come on! Where's... Don't put the net down. Well, I don't know. Well, that's not in yet. Come on, fish, you can give up now. I'm just a bit concerned about all the branches down below me. Right, yeah, he dived into the bottom of the net, which is good. Whew. It's, he's bigger than I thought he was. Oh, funny old thing about this place, it's actually a damn good fish. I'm up the tree again. And I'm underneath that one again, and it just seems to happen every time. It's a loop of branch down there that's just causing me all sorts of aggravation. I'll sort this fish out first though. He's actually a good, oh I don't know, 8-9 pounds or so, maybe more. In fact, yeah, maybe 10 pounds even, that one. Well, that's another one. I think that's a bite. Yes, it is a bite. Clutch is set a fraction loose again. One click. And it's actually quite tight again then. Well, let's take that down one. I think it's quite a good fish actually. Down on the edge again. Ooh, makes your arm ache, I know that. The reel's definitely got plenty of cranking power. It's not having any issues with pulling in these fish at all when I put pressure on. Ah, wow. Got some strength, these guys. Smallish fish too. Oops. Got the feeder in the net with him, which is not what I was actually intending, but I'll live with that for now. Just take that out a sec. I'd say, I don't know, probably £5 for this one. Well, certainly one of the smaller fish that I've caught today. Yeah, 4.5 maybe. What's that, 5 fish? Better than the last time. Oh, that got me to the line clip. And I was hopeless at it. The line clip went round to the other side. Probably would have been right if I was right-handed. Plenty of power, this guy, isn't he? Good job I got this strong line on. As I say, the Guru drag line, it's a lot thicker than the pre-stretch lines and high-tech whatever, but it's pretty much bulletproof. There he is. Getting a bit low down there now, getting towards the end of my 4.5 metre landing net handle. Ooh, turn around. Don't turn around there. Right. Gonna need a foot assist, I think. Get in. That's better. Whew. Right. It's a long way down there now. Oh, that's a good fish. Stuck down on that tree again. Not going to weigh him, but he's a good fish. There we are, look. Nice fish. I'd say probably about 9 or 10 pounds. Right, well, there's a great big cloud coming up behind me, so I'm going to cut this session a little bit short. Just take that off the line clip. Let's have a talk about what we've decided about whether this is good or bad tackle. Well, first of all, the Free Spirit rod. I have to admit, as I've probably said a few times in this video, it's great. It really is a fantastic rod. Can't fault it. And I'm sure you could pay a lot more for rods, but at £175, this is as much as I ever want to pay. And as I probably mentioned before, this is the 12-foot 2-piece CTX power feeder special. Now, I don't have one tiny little gripe with it, and I have the same with quite a few rods from the manufacturers, so if any of you are listening, there's the hook keeper there, okay? And which is great. If you're right-handed, you put your hook in. I'm not. I'm left-handed, so it's all around about there. It's a tiny little thing, I know, but could you not just put it under there? Maybe there's a reason you don't. I don't know about that one. Anyway, as I said, the rod, absolutely spot on. The reel, really nice too. Happy with that, except I do have an issue with the skirt here. I don't know if I can allow a bit of line out, and then if I reel in a little bit, when the spool goes up, it exposes all of this area here, and that skirt on other reels, in fact, let me grab another one here to show you. On this MAP reel, that skirt comes a lot further down. I've noticed lately on these reels, and I had the same with the Shimano, which I didn't actually get on with, that these skirts don't come all the way down. And twice I've actually had a little bit of slack line and it's gone in under behind there. It's the only thing I don't like about it, but it is something which happens. I'll probably get used to it. It may be me, I don't know, but maybe I've just been spoiled with those longer skirts before. And the only other thing with this one is that the clutch, I like the fact that you don't have to move it much, but it seems like you're either full on, medium on, or hardly on at all with 3 clicks. Okay, with other reels you get a few more sort of bits in between. Again, I'll probably get used to that. It may well be it's just me again on that one. But yeah, again, I like the Intensity 720 reel from Preston. And as a package, these two have coped really well today. Balance wise, everything's been very nice and comfortable. So yeah, I think I've actually made a good choice with these two. I'm not going to bother you with all the technical specifications. You can look those up on the internet yourself. But yeah, this is going to do for me for my heavy duty feeder fishing. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed that one, guys. I know I've enjoyed catching a few fish. Had that one up to what, £14.6 was it? So this tackle's had a good old workout, and I've certainly enjoyed myself today. Anyway, that's it. Gotta go. Cheers then.